Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Talk Man, and today we'll be bringing you a preview of the Premier League and what our feelings are of the teams of the top six teams and of our team. And yeah, let's begin with Liverpool, I guess.
Yeah, probably what the title contenders, or if you want to call them title contenders for this year.
Thing is, the reason why there's so much negativity United as a whole is just one for sure because of how well Liverpool have done in comparison to Liverpool. But in general, at least for me personally, even more so because I went for the United versus Liverpool game, and it's crazy like to see it like in front of my eyes how good Van Dijk is, or like how he's like he was just swatting Sanchez and Mata out like flies. So like to see that was an issue that Liverpool used to have, like a huge hole in their defense. That was a joke, right? And fixing that in one of the best ways. And also now again the other joke was how Karius was being a Karius. So, and now you've got a keeper who starts ahead of fucking Edison. Because I haven't seen Addison play, and Allison play. I've seen Edison play, and I know how fucking good the guy is. Okay, so now all I know is hearsay that he's ahead of Edison. I thought every time when people mentioned Allison, I kept thinking they were talking about Oblak. Like I was confused. I didn't know there were two guys. I thought there was only one other big prospect that everybody was after. I thought you guys were going for him, and I was worried.
I think Klopp wanted Oblak as his keeper. I think he preferred Oblak slightly,
Uh huh. Okay.
probably because he thought Allison wasn't available.
So Liverpool were going for Oblak, and Real Madrid were going for Allison.
Well, according to reports, Allison was really close to joining Real Madrid. At least that's what Monkey and the other Spalletta, I think, spoke about.
Yeah.
And well, I think that's why Klopp turned his attention to Oblak. But I think his release clause
Okay.
was just a little too much for Liverpool.
Okay. Allison, yeah. Oblak had one for 80 million.
Oblaks, I mean.
It's a lot, but if it's a critical need and they're one of the top five in the world, it's worth. Because I would not have been satisfied if De Gea left and he hadn't gone for at least 80.
Yeah, I completely agree. But there isn't much of a difference between Allison and Oblak. They're both technically very gifted, and they're very good keepers in their own rights.
Yeah, the technical gap isn't that far away.
And it's not like the price difference was too much.
But you guys got him for how,
Like, I think what Allison was 57 million.
57 euros.
No, pounds.
Pounds. So you got him for around 65, 70, 70, 70.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
67 million euros, and Oblak's release clause was 80 million pounds.
Oh, 80 pounds. I thought it was 80 euros. Oh, shit. Oh, then yeah, then fine, yeah, dude. This is such a great fucking piece of business.
Yeah, well, time will tell.
And I think this is literally the best chance you have again.
Yeah, I think Klopp's our best bet.
Yeah, he's the best manager you guys have, and there's no like better person to get in the position. And the fact that he's proven that he can do it, and he's done it in such an exciting way and taken you all the way so far with just something missing, and it makes sense for the board to back him up.
Yeah, so enough of Liverpool, okay? We've got enough of stories about Liverpool. I think we should turn our attentions to Manchester United. Let's do that.
Sure, okay, United. Oh my god.
They haven't been in the news much.
Like I
Only
feel like I've spoken so much about Liverpool because I didn't want to talk about United. Like that's the reason.
oh,
That the Liverpool guy is changing topics, not the United guy.
mm,
Away from Liverpool.
yeah.
Well, I feel like the the emotions and the transfer window is sort of in on the same way. It's gone poetically the same way that the preseason game between United and Liverpool went. The game began with a goal from Liverpool, a
so
shitty penalty.
so that
Okay,
we got
and then
Fabinho that way.
yeah, and then United came back with one of our young prospects, Pereira, or he can be like a metaphor for young prospect of both Fred and Dolot,
Yeah.
who actually came up and showed that they can play well. They showed promise, and they tied it back again in the
Yeah.
transfer window. Then the second half of the second half of the game happened,
and
and it
we
was
just
just
went berserk in a way.
and it was just destruction. I guess literally nothing happened. Like World Cup began, the World Cup was basically halftime,
Yeah.
and after that got over, like there was such bullshit flying around. I guess okay, I think that the season would have actually been good in a way if Ronaldo didn't move. uh, I know, it's a little. I'm reaching,
It would have been
but
more
I'll
boring.
tell you what I mean in the
Yeah.
sense that if Ronaldo had stayed at Real Madrid,
Hmm.
Bale would have had much less minutes, and he would have been a lot more motivated in leaving.
And you
He
think,
was already he was already fed up. There were already
yeah,
voices coming out at that start of the second half of the transfer window saying he wanted to leave.
yeah,
But the fact that Ronaldo left meant that Bale was the other biggest star player left
yeah.
on that team.
And he's been carrying on his form in preseason, man.
Yeah, he's been back in form. There's a new manager who doesn't hate him as much as Zidane did. So who would actually give him the minutes, would actually want to keep a huge revenue producing star, and also
But do you
play
think
him
do
play
you
him.
think Bale was a realistic target for United?
For sure, I
Yeah.
generally believe Bale definitely was a realistic target. I mean, maybe not on the day when Moyes was there, but when with Mourinho
Mourinho,
there,
yeah.
definitely. Like there are shots of Mourinho. And, there's literally a recorded video of Mourinho and Bale talking, and Mourinho going to Bale be like, "Hey, if you don't
Yeah.
talk, how can I buy you?" So there's a lot of like background underneath the layer things going on, and there was definitely a huge connection. I generally believe Bale would have actually been a United player if that Ronaldo transfer didn't happen.
But
That
look,
happened, and then now Bale is like, why? There's no reason for him to leave again because he's satisfied on all fronts.
and
And
United, I mean, we're chasing. The main thing was they required a centre back, and they were chasing so many people.
we
It
required a right winger also, and Bale would have really fit that bill.
That's true.
We don't have anybody to play on the right wing. We have Mata, like a left-footed guy.
Who
It's a
Mourinho really
makeshift.
didn't like in the first place.
Yeah, it's a when now they're like all happy and all good.
He doesn't
But it's
play
like
often.
it's been a makeshift solution. We haven't had a right winger in how long now? It's just hasn't made sense for a team like
But
United
whose
who
fault is
plays
that?
four
Is
two
that
three one.
is that now Mourinho's fault that they didn't get the players, or Woodward? Would you ultimately put it down?
Uh, Ultimately, the blames on Woodward
Right.
Woodward because Mourinho, like even today, Craig Norwood, the
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
came out and he on a podcast just like this one basically said that Mourinho had given the list to Woodward in April, man, and he's had four months now to figure his shit out. Woodward had to figure his shit out and get the list out. He's had all the players that Mourinho wanted, identified and target all that given to him, but nothing
That's
has happened in that
that's
season.
sad, man. Considering that you only did like the sleeve sponsor and you got a couple of other business deals done and a few
Man,
of the
so
other.
many. Every day there's a new sponsor announced. Like on the United Red Devils subreddit. There's a video of there's a picture of Woodward's best 11, and it's literally like 11 sponsors that he
Yeah.
signed this season. This window, he signed 11 sponsors, but couldn't get the transfers done. So all of
It's
this to
sad
me is
though.
on that guy's head. Because Mourinho is not a guy who leaves something till the end. Every
Yeah.
team he's with, he's always been. I've
Yeah,
identified the
I
issues,
mean,
and he
I
just solved
get it why he's cutting a frustrated figure on the bench on at press conferences. Man, I would be pissed that no one's getting the players that I. If you're asking me what players you want, I'm giving you what players you want. Go get
it.
them. I mean,
Exactly. Yeah.
you're Manchester United. You're not Wolves or one of the smaller teams
Exactly.
that don't have that money. You have the money. You have the
Yeah,
financial backup. You have a manager who can pull that kind of talent.
exactly. Yeah, you have all these confluencing factors. You're getting all these sponsors. You have all the money. You
Yeah,
have one of the lowest wage to revenue ratio in the league. What more do you want? Like just go get the guys. You want them to win the title. You got to do it.
yeah,
So there's a lot of frustration, and I think understandably a lot of people are beginning to focus on Woodward instead of Mourinho being the actual reason why this transfer window
yeah.
has not been
I mean, it's
good.
Glazers and Woodward. You've got to blame them at some point.
Yeah, like the Glazers, like the thing
I
is,
mean,
I don't know. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
uh,
Maybe the idea for the Glazers is maximize profit. I don't feel like they're people who like nitpick or micromanage because they don't know enough about football to do that. They
Americans.
probably just give me the biggest profits. And Woodward's like, you know what? To give you the biggest profits, I need to do this, I need to do that. So
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think it's similar to like Liverpool, right? Because we have American owners as well who are more interested in like in their baseball business than they are in the football.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
they have uh, a person in charge of the football event, so footballing side of business, Mike Gordon. So Klopp has his go-to man. So if he's got any problem, he's got like somebody else too, which is good because at least they take care of football business as well.
Exactly.
Um, yeah. So where do you realistically see United kind of? I mean, do you think Mourinho will last the season with the squad that he has right now?
I think Mourinho can do wonders with himself.
Yeah.
Like last season
No,
itself, if you
no,
really
but
think about it,
it's like I mean Mourinho can do wonders, but like he's been frustrated so much. Is that can that boil over? Is it reach a boiling
for
point
sure,
where
I think this is prime third season syndrome capabilities right now. Like
exactly?
he can go the Conte way basically very easily. He can go
Yeah.
the Conte way, and he has the right to actually. Conte has the right to do the Conte, and I guess Mourinho technically has to.
Well,
Again,
Conte, I don't know if he has the right man because he knew what he was signing up for.
the issue
So
was Conte wanted a team to have to have 11, like some a team beyond 11. He
yeah,
had a good first 11, but he wanted like people beyond that because
Chelsea
he's
were just
competing
gonna
for
do
another.
what they feel were right. The board just does what they feel were right.
Exactly. So
I,
he had not much control.
yes.
Like with Mourinho in this case, like what I would say is the thing is, if anything, I can see a case where if the situation doesn't improve and we don't get somebody else in the winter
Mhm.
transfer window, he can just it could be a mutual quit.
Yeah,
Like
I
just
have
walk
yeah
away.
yeah, which
But like the
is
question is like who else can we get? There's like nobody else that we want except maybe Pochettino. Bring me Pochettino, and that's the only person I'll be happy with.
yeah okay. Well, yeah. To be honest, manager wise, there aren't too many now right now who are free.
And I'm not saying Pochettino is better than Mourinho. It's just the idea is that
I guess the style would
because
be more entertaining to watch.
and it's more United like. If you go back to the basics,
Well,
Pochettino is
yeah,
more like develop youth, work on younger players,
yeah,
plan for the long term,
and he
stay
doesn't
with the
mind
club that's
spending.
been
It's not
committed.
like he like
Yeah, it's not like Pochettino is and Pochettino reminds me of Ferguson on so many different levels because Fergie not once did he say anything against the Glazers
yeah.
in
If
any
I
way.
was Pochettino, I would be screaming at Levy like, "What the hell?"
Exactly. Okay, even yeah, sure. Pochettino is great. He's a saint. But if you really think about it, Fergie was even more so.
Yeah,
He lost Ronaldo, and they replaced him with fucking
Pepe. Uh-huh.
Bebe.
But yeah, I don't know how he had that
And
patience.
he not once did he every single time he'd be like he'd come to a press conference and he'd say, "No, the board is with me. The Glazers are with me. Everybody's there." So in a sense that's how you stay with the team for a long term. Like Mourinho is like I bang bang bang
Yeah,
bang get
Mourinho
this
at
job
some point is going to
leave.
say that he's going to turn it into a conspiracy theory for some reason later on. I like if it doesn't work his way
But we all know he's the best man for the job right now, and
right now.
all of
Yeah.
us like accept that this is him, and we want him to stay. We want
I,
him to stay for as long as he can.
to be honest, I still see United as a huge threat, man. Even with the squad that they have, Mourinho is good enough to
Right,
take on anyone tactically. So,
right,
talking about
exactly.
getting kicked out of the top four, I still don't see it because Arsenal
Yeah,
and Chelsea are still quite a bit behind despite the signings that they made.
yep, yep. I would
And
agree on that too,
so
for sure.
yeah, so Spurs. Well, we saw how they did in the on the transfer window.
Let's go to Arsenal first
Okay,
before we
let's
go to
go to Arsenal
Spurs.
first. All right, cool.
I think.
But Arsenal, I mean, they've done quite a bit. Uh,
Yeah,
Emery
yeah.
comes in. They've gotten the keeper, Bern Leno. They got the defenders. I mean, they got that defender, Socrates. But it's not. I don't see that they've done enough.
I I it's such a gamble, I would say. Like I don't know them well enough to actually figure out what's going on. But if you really look at the contenders for top four, it just seems like there's Liverpool, United, and City seem like their place is set to
Yeah,
be.
pretty
Personally, it just
much.
seems like it's set.
This is the Premier League. For all you know, Wolves will come up somehow. But
Oh my god,
uh,
yeah.
Yeah,
Put it
but
like
yeah,
that.
in a logical sense, looking at the team on paper, yeah, those
Yeah,
three are set to be top four at least
right. Yeah. So the fourth place battle is set
between
set for
three
one team.
teams. Yeah,
Which
three
I
teams
think.
fighting for one spot.
Sorry.
Three teams fighting for one spot.
Yeah, three teams fighting for that one spot between Chelsea, Arsenal, and Spurs.
Spurs.
And to be honest, it seems like Spurs. It seems to me like Spurs be the ones who make it. So,
Yeah, despite not signing anyone, they still have quality.
and they've had that same quality for the last 3 seasons, and they've done it for the last 3 seasons. Every one of the last seasons, they've pushed beyond that
It's just
fourth
that
place.
in competitions they're gonna suffer because their team can't. They don't have a second
They
bench
can't
team
stretch it
to.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't have
right.
a depth in their squad.
True,
Uh,
very true.
but
The
yeah,
But I think like Arsenal can actually definitely push it in the Europa League this time if
yeah,
they
because
focus
Emery
on
knows the Europa League in and out.
exactly.
He knows how to win it. So
Yeah, and he's
that's
got the
there.
team to do it too. He's gotten reinforcements. He's got um, players that he wants. If he the fact that he's done it, that he knows how to do it, and he's got
Yeah,
players who can help him
I
do it.
I think there's still a couple of more signings short of being top four contenders.
For sure, I generally believe that sure, like great, we have a new Arsenal's a new coach. They've got some new players,
Yeah,
but it's just this guy has been in the Arsene Wenger has been in that team for so long, for so many years that it's
he's
entrenched into that system. That
exactly,
like
yeah, he's embedded into that. He's there somehow
he's
still.
there, like his soul is there, like his the ghost of Arsene Wenger is floating there somewhere. So like I feel like it's gonna take more than just a season or two before
Yeah,
things change.
right. And I mean, it's going to be fun to see whether Arsenal fan TV are going to start. I mean, obviously now no more Wenger out, so they've got to take in them. They've got to let the manager do his job for a season or so. So it's going
Yeah,
to see how
before they start.
Robbie and Co are going to keep their jobs without the Wenger out
Robbie and Co
mania.
has to like start saving some money for a little bit for at least half of the season before they start getting some again.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like speaking of changes, we've
But
got
I don't think we'll
Chelsea.
see those embarrassing losses anymore. That's
You
something that
don't?
I feel like won't happen.
Yeah.
Like not like I'm still saying losses would happen. I'm just saying like embarrassing, like the Chelsea 3-0. Like
Yeah.
like the one with the whole like Coughlin like flying, twisting in the air, kind of
No, but
like literally Arsenal being a meme.
it's gonna
I
be
think
funny
that
because the first match is gonna be against City, and that's gonna be fun. I have a
yeah,
feeling.
the second match is against Chelsea. So it's like,
Yeah,
oh man,
that will
I'm so
decide whether
excited
we're
for this.
actually going to see a different Arsenal or the same old Arsenal 3-0, 4-0.
Hopefully the same, I hope. But let's
Okay,
see.
okay, but speaking of Chelsea, I mean, Chelsea have had a lot of changes. So Chelsea Arsenal might still be a little closer than what we
Yeah,
normally have seen.
definitely.
But yeah,
At first, the start of the transfer window, I thought Chelsea didn't have hope, considering when they're building a new stadium.
I not
And
leave that stadium. I didn't even know who their manager was going to be. If it was still going, nobody knew whether it's going to be Conte, whether it was me Sari. I think it was only after the World Cup or something that they finally
man,
decided it was going to be
can
Sari.
you believe? Like, this is where there's another frustration is. Sari came in after the fucking World Cup happened, and look at the number of players he's gotten and the ones that he wanted he's gotten.
Well, I mean, so Jorginho came in because Sari came in. Uh, who else did this? Kepa. That was a panic buy, man. Come on, Kepa was the biggest panic buy that they've ever
Okay, so
got.
how good is Kepa? I haven't
Okay,
seen him.
Kepa. So again, like
Is he a
I
good
haven't
Kepa?
Kepa. Is he a good Kepa? Well, I gauge by the teams that have been interested in the keeper, right? Because I haven't watched too many of Athletic Bilbao's games, but I knowing Real Madrid, and if they really wanted a keeper, they only look for quality, and they were after Kepa after the De Gea shambolics of fax machine shit and everything, right? So to for Madrid to be after Kepa, that shows quality. Also for Kepa to be part of the Spain squad, that shows another. I mean, he was I think part of the World Cup squad as a keeper. That shows that he's got potential. He is young. He's got potential.
Mhm,
But the question was, why didn't Chelsea sign Allison for 65 million or 57 million
mhm.
earlier, but now we're willing to pay 71 million for Kepa, right? I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
it's
so yeah, I
definitely
guess that
because
makes sense that
Courtois said,
it's more
I'm
of a
not going
team.
to come for training. They thought they could
Yeah,
convince Courtois to stay. Obviously, Courtois said, no, screw you, man.
the Coutinho.
Yeah, pulled a Coutinho and he left. So obviously, at that point, they're like, oh, I mean, shit, we missed out on Allison. Oblak's got an 80 million clause. No
I
way.
guess yeah, that's the next best, the other best option, I guess.
Well, you
But it's a
could.
good one too. Like I don't think it's that bad of a change.
No,
I
but they
think
could have gone for Butland or like somebody good or even Pickford.
they
They're
could have, for that much
good
money they could have
keepers
gotten an English
knowing
keeper.
the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true.
And so it is definitely a panic buy. Uh, but
I
yeah,
still think that they're little. I mean, their midfield has gotten even stronger now. You got fucking Kovacic, Kante, Jorginho, Bakayoko,
but the thing is, I mean, what's the use of the having such a good midfield when your
William
striker
Morata.
doesn't do any? Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Morata's changed his number from 9 to 29 doesn't make a difference, dude. He can
Man, I
miss.
am so happy that we ended up getting Lukaku instead of
Like
Morata.
I watched him against Chelsea, against Arsenal,
Yeah,
Morata in the
yeah.
preseason. The chances he was missing, it's
Crazy.
like, give me the ball, I will score. Like, give me the 60
Shit.
million.
Shit.
It was so bad. And yeah, and I think that not having a good striker and not having a Sari like striker, because Sari is going to play attacking.
So, what's a Sari like striker?
Uh, Someone who is good with his feet and can
Like
count.
Jesus.
Yeah, and who's good with counter because you have Hazard who'll run, but you need someone who Hazard can pass it to.
Okay.
Morata, if you pass it to, he can't do anything. Giroud is slow. You need
Oh
someone
yeah,
who can.
yeah, it's
You
true.
need someone who can be equal with the pace of Hazard, with the likes of Hazard and Willian, right? And the only
Oh, so
person,
yeah, I suppose Villian would be starting ahead now. He's
yeah,
more of a
and
Sari type player.
yeah, and the only person who I can think of who they have is Batshuayi. Like after his loan, he came back from
Isn't
Dortmund
he on
after.
loan right now?
No, he came back. I thought from
Is he on back?
yeah. So I mean,
I thought
Batshuayi is the
Barca was supposed to
only
ask him on.
yeah, but that's not enough. If Batshuayi gets injured or something happens, you're stuck with Morata and this thing. So
I think they'll be okay. Okay, maybe Giroud is not going to be starting. He's definitely not going to be starting for Sari, I
they'll be
suppose.
okay if Hazard has a good season. We've seen Hazard have a good season, then a bad season, then a good season, then a bad season. So
Last season was a
decent
good season.
season, decent. Yeah, I think he did well. So
Hopefully not
no,
a bad season.
the one before that was his best season, right? When Chelsea won the league.
Oh yeah,
So last was an okay,
so it might be
slightly
a good season for him this
yeah,
time then. Okay. Well, okay, let's go on to Spurs then.
yeah. Uh,
So
yeah, they've got the
there's not
same
much to
team.
really talk about Spurs because really nothing happened.
Nothing.
Except the fact that they kept held on to Alderweireld.
Yeah, and
Right.
Kane and Deli Ali and Ericsson. I guess
Hmm.
they've got their core players, which is good because
Yeah.
if you want to succeed, you need to have the core players for a long time so that they gel together and everything.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see now that they're moving from Wembley back to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Are they moving this year itself?
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, that it's already been finalized.
Then what is he holding his pocket money for? Like like they've already built the stadium. Like anyway,
Yeah.
maybe there are more financial obligations.
God, Spurs, man. It's like, Levy can be quite a miser
Sneak
if he wants to. Yeah. Uh,
that mentality Spurs can now become like a force. You know, they've
but
got to start spending. Like they got to become like Liverpool. They got to like start. If they don't, then I don't think there's a chance.
yeah, I don't think they can survive on this too long because somebody or the other is either going to leave saying that.
Fucking Alderweireld is getting. He's 29. He was one of the best centre backs in the Premier League, and his wage was 50 million per week. Can you 50,000 per week? Can you fucking imagine? Fellaini is getting paid 100,000 per week, man.
Yeah, and Kane was getting paid peanuts as well, and
It's
180 or
crazy,
something. But
crazy. I just don't even. I can't even understand.
so yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
So other than that, I think just quickly let's just talk about the promoted teams. I think
yeah.
we leave the
So
mid tables.
I mean, Cardiff, not too much. has happened.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah,
of the promoter team, they haven't done too much of business. So
in relation to the other two,
yeah, which is
who've been
crazy.
doing business to be in the top six. Like the number of players that not the type of players that they've bought, you would think
Yeah,
that this was
Patricio,
Everton.
Moutinho, Dendoncker, Sergio
Crazy,
Rico. I was like, oh,
crazy.
hello.
Who's their manager? Is it the manager who's attracting these players, or what's the
No,
scene
it's
like?
not
What
not the manager, but promotion, right? You
the
get a lot of
fuck is
money getting
Shirley
promoted.
in Fulham? Jeez,
Shirley and Fulham,
this guy scored a goal in the World Cup.
Seri, dude. The Nice midfielder, Barcelona were after him, Liverpool were after him, and now he's gonna Fulham. Seriously? Uh,
Actually, I'm very excited to see what
yeah,
happens.
I
But I think those two are definitely not going back down
yeah, I don't
with
think those two.
with the
They
reinforcements
don't
they've got.
deserve to go back. I mean, if they go back down, then you can imagine how bad a season they have had.
Yeah, yeah.
But Cardiff seems to be likely the
Okay,
more, yeah, the team to be relegated soon. So okay, who okay, let's do predictions right now.
quickly, yeah. Let's just get
Okay,
that out of
and
the way.
okay, I'm gonna ask you yours. So top six and the last three.
Okay, top six, top six. It's gonna be between City and Liverpool. Top the winner.
Okay,
I'm going to say.
okay,
I I hate to say it, but I feel like yeah, the two teams that I don't would never in ever in any kind of capacity want to see win the league. Most likely, I think are going to win.
yeah,
But I'd rather have City win it than Liverpool. So
okay,
I'm gonna say City number one,
mm-hmm.
Liverpool number two. I'd say United at three.
Yeah,
Because it's the same team with another addition, Fred.
yeah,
Mourinho could get United from sixth to second with the addition of Matic, basically.
yeah.
So I think one more left-footed CM might help at
Might
least
help.
keep them there. And then fourth, I think, will be Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth, I'm going to say Chelsea. And
Okay,
sixth, Arsenal.
okay,
Yeah, top six. And
yeah.
relegated teams. I want. Which team does this guy manage? The Stoke City manager.
No, no, Mark Hughes,
Yeah, which team does he manage right now? I think he
Southampton.
manages Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They saved last minute, right? Last time,
Okay,
yeah.
I want Southampton to go. Like, fuck off.
Okay.
I want Southampton gone. I want Huddersfield gone for
Yeah.
sure. No Liverpool fanboys over here. Definitely Huddersfield, and I want. I think because they were really tight, they were
Yeah.
close to doing it. I don't think they got that many reinforcements as well.
Hmm.
And Mark Hughes is also. I think Southampton haven't really done. They have had some business, but I just don't think that Southampton
Yeah.
they deserve to stay in it after the stuff
Okay.
been going through. And hopefully Bournemouth doesn't go down. It seems difficult, but I want Bournemouth to stay up.
Hmm.
And yeah, I can't really say it's really difficult. Such a
Okay.
tough. It's a tough, such a tough battle.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, okay. So for the top six, I've
Cardiff City. Sorry, Cardiff City is
got.
gonna go back.
Yeah. Okay.
That's gonna be my third.
Good enough. So yeah, for me, my predictions would be number one, Manchester City. I think they've got too much of quality, and we haven't even
Yeah.
spoken to them because we know how well they're going to do.
We all know, like 19 points. Like fuck.
Yeah. Second, I'm gonna say United again.
Really?
The reason being because I have a feeling we might do decently again in the Champions League, and he's gonna take his focus there.
Okay.
I guess
Okay.
that
Yeah.
might be.
If you were to ask me this, it was always counterintuitive. I think to Liverpool, it actually makes sense that they have a better chance of doing well in the Champions League
Yeah,
than the Premier League.
Premier League. And well, though now this season we have enough depth to put a good enough second team and do well in the Premier League as well. I still
Yeah.
think third is more likely.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Fourth, I'm saying Spurs, just because of the consistent run that they've been having so
Yeah,
far.
for sure. Sure.
I'm gonna say fifth. I'm gonna say Arsenal.
Really,
Yeah,
Arsenal. Okay. Yeah. Actually, you know what? To be honest, it makes sense that Arsenal seems there's more stuff there. Yeah.
I think Aubameyang's gonna do decent enough to get them to fifth. not too
Okay.
much, but I think decent enough to fifth. Sixth, I think Sari's Chelsea. I,
Okay.
first year is going
Fine.
to be a
Fine.
little difficult given that they haven't got too many players and everything.
Yeah.
And my relegated teams, oof, tough. Southampton, I don't see them doing too well.
Hmm.
Brighton, Hove, and Albion, maybe. I want
Uh,
Huddersfield to kind of
I don't
be
want to see the
there.
only black manager in the Premier League go down, but
Yeah,
he did well last time.
he
He
did.
did fine.
And last, I'm gonna say Cardiff. So Cardiff,
Cardiff.
I
Okay.
think Cardiff's gonna struggle. So Cardiff,
Yeah.
Southampton, and Bright Hove Albion. I have a bad feeling about Newcastle, but Benitez has spent a little bit
He's
more this time, and he's too good for that club.
he's just too good for that club. He'll keep them up himself.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
anyway. That's it, man. Can you believe it? The Premier League is like here.
Tomorrow, dude,
Yeah.
Leicester and United. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's
Oh,
gonna be
God.
back to
First
nervous
game.
weekends. Uh, I mean,
This is either going to be a loss for United or a 4-0 win for United. It's one or the other. There's nothing else in
we've
between.
seen for the past 2 years, we've seen 4-3 results, right? As the
Yeah.
beginning, Liverpool,
Yeah.
Arsenal 4-3, Leicester, Arsenal 4-3. This
Yeah.
time, it's gonna be fun.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Maguire on the other side of the team.
Oh
Should have
yeah,
gone out. But let's see. Anyway, so that's
yes,
it for now. Thanks for joining in, everybody. And we will be bringing in many, many, many more videos throughout the season.
yeah.
Every week we'll be here. And we hope you guys can join us too. Thanks for tuning in. And take care. Bye bye now. Happy Premier League.